Welcome to the Bio 103 online asynchronous course. This course is a 12-week course, so it's a little awkward. Typically, when we have a more accelerated course, it's 8 weeks, and our normal semester is 16 weeks. So then, if we have an 8-week course, we can think of each week in our 8-week course as being equivalent to 2 weeks in our 16-week course. But since this is only 12 weeks, I'm not really sure how to explain how we are condensing things. It is a little bit more accelerated, but it's not as intense as an 8-week course, and it's not as stretched out as a 16-week course. So you may notice that throughout the semester that we have just some things are going a little bit faster, while other things may go at a nicer pace, maybe not as accelerated. So I know you don't know much about me. My name is Dr. Megan Peace. Been teaching this course for quite a while. I encourage you to watch my video about who I am to learn a little bit more. This video is really to welcome you to the course and make sure you know how to navigate the Eagle Canvas site and that you are prepared and ready for how this course can go. So the number one thing with this course is to make sure you have a lot of internal discipline. Because this is an asynchronous, it's really important that you set a schedule, that you figure out how things can work well, and what kind of timing works best for you. So I've got our Eagle course site open. I am looking at it from the student view so that it looks the way how it should look to you, at least on this first couple of days of the class. This main Eagle Canvas page will change. I will change this weekly. You can notice on this page that we've got the assignments that are due. Most of our assignments will be due Saturdays by 11:59. I also have a little cartoon, a little joke that will be appropriate, and I try to match it up with some of the content that we are covering that week. For most of you, the way how you want to use this site is you want to click on modules. When you click on modules and expand the heading, in each module, you will have a set of lecture slides and you will have a short video. I'm going to condense our welcome module and really focus in on Unit 1, since this is how most of our course is going to look. So we're going to start with the Science and Life lecture slides. Please, please, please make sure to download these lecture slides. What I have found is that our Eagle Canvas software has a bit of a flaw. Sometimes with PowerPoint slides, it won't show you every PowerPoint slide if you're viewing them through the app. So you have to download the lecture slides to your computer. It really is best that you view our lecture slides through the PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint software. If you don't have Microsoft Word or Excel or PowerPoint, please let me know. We do have free Microsoft software for our VC students. So download and play the lecture slides on your computer. Make sure that you've downloaded them so you can see every single lecture slide. As you're going through the lecture slides, I encourage you to play them and take notes in a notebook as if you were sitting in a lecture course. This really is a key for a lot of us to physically write the lecture slides and to write the notes. So I strongly encourage you to do that. Once you have taken all of the notes on a set of lecture slides, in this case, Science and Life, then you can take the practice assignment. The practice assignments are not timed. You have 2 attempts to do a practice assignment. And the practice assignments will cover everything or cover some of the main concepts that were presented in the lecture slides. You'll notice that I have a couple of short videos. I do short videos to focus on concepts that I know are particularly challenging. So with Science and Life, I know that we often need a review of our characteristics of life and that the scientific method can sometimes give people some troubles. So you may want to watch those videos as well if there's any challenging topics. Sometimes we will have additional homework assignments. So for our first set of lecture slides on Science and Life, we have an extra homework assignment covering the scientific method. This is where you will apply the concepts apply the information that you learned in your lecture slides. The scientific method is so important that I wanted to make sure that we had an extra assignment that you really were feeling strong and confident in how to apply these concepts. With extra homework assignments like our scientific method, these are not timed. You only get one attempt. So make sure that you feel confident, make sure that you've taken your notes from the lecture slide, and you've taken your practice assignment before doing an additional homework. You'll notice for each of our lecture slides, we have a practice assignment. So for science and life, chemistry basics, and organic chemistry, we have practice assignments. Once you have done a practice assignment and you have completed any additional homework, if there's an additional homework assignment, please answer the review questions found at the beginning of the lecture slides, and then study. Study before taking these online quizzes. So we have one online timed quiz per set of lecture slides. The timed quizzes have to be completed in one session. So once you click on that quiz, make sure that you are ready, prepared, and you're not going to be interrupted, because once Eagle has you clicking, once you have opened that quiz in Eagle, Eagle does not stop. It's going to keep that timer going. So be prepared. Timed quizzes, you've got about 30 minutes. That's more than 1 minute per question. And most people complete their quizzes in about 10 minutes. So just want you to be prepared before you sit for that quiz, that you have an uninterrupted time and that you've studied for it. Treat these online quizzes like little mini exams. If you treat them like mini exams, then you will feel more prepared for the unit exam. And more importantly, you will get good signal about what you know and what you don't know, so you can be very targeted when you're studying for that larger unit exam. So once you've done all the practice assignments, any additional homework assignments, our online quizzes, then you will have an exam. The unit exams cover everything in the unit. So exam 1 covers everything in the unit 1 and our welcome module. Exams are timed. You'll have about 50 to 60 minutes, depending on which exam. 50 to 60 minutes to take that exam. And similar to our online quizzes, you need to set aside uninterrupted time. So I tell everybody, make sure to set aside 1 hour that is uninterrupted so that you're ready to take that exam. On both quizzes and exams, please do not use notes, your friends, the internet. This is your brain and the questions in the exam. We'll get more information on the exam as we get a little bit closer. I know at the beginning of the semester, there's a lot to have to focus on. Some people like to click on assignments. This is another way to access all of the things that we are doing for this class. I personally don't like seeing the work that we're going to do for our class in this way, but if you saw this right now and you're like, ooh, I like that, go ahead and use assignments. Some people like to click on quizzes. So I just want to show you that real quick. Again, another way to access the assignments for this class. Now what this does is it gives me a chance to talk about another problem with our Eagle Canvas software. Eagle Canvas calls everything a quiz. Not everything in this class is a true quiz. So you can see here we've got the practice assignment for science and life. This is not timed. You've got 2 attempts. This is not a quiz. This is a practice assignment. But our software is limited. When I build an assignment, everything has to be built as if it were a quiz. So don't let the term quiz throw you off. If it is a true timed quiz, I try to make sure to show you that by putting QZ in the title. So one of the places that people like to go in order to view their assignments is they like to go to Calendar. So if you click on Calendar, you can see that it tells you our assignments and when they are due. If I just clicked on this and you saw it and liked it, use it. If you saw this and went, whoa, I can't handle that, don't use this. I'm just trying to show you some of those tools to use for this class. Okay, going back to our main Eagle homepage. A couple other things I'd like to show you. Announcements will be where I will post information like recent research or um, these REUs, these internships that are paid. And the other thing that you may be interested in is you may be interested in the Life Science Resource Room. Because you are a science student, you have complete access to this room that is in our JCSM Science Building. Here are the hours when it is open. And you can see we have two of our professors, Dr. Schragler and Professor Nagy, who are both tutoring in there. And then we also have our lab technician, Ms. Strong, who is tutoring in the Life Science Resource Room as well. So please don't hesitate to come to the Life Science Resource Room. There's a printer. If you're taking the Bio 104 lab, there's some supplies from lab in there. So don't hesitate to come into campus if you're wanting some extra help. Just because this is an online class, I don't want you to feel like you have to stay stuck at home. And the other place you may want to click is on the syllabus tab. The syllabus tab has our syllabus document. And then again, it's another way to see all of our assignments and those due dates. So I'm going to go back to the main homepage and talk about one last thing. For this class, we are using the OpenStax Concepts of Biology textbook. So you see that the way how I access the Concepts of Biology textbook is to go to Google, type in OpenStax Concepts of Biology. It's usually your first link. I click on that, and here is our textbook for the class. Most of you will probably want to view this online. And here's what it looks like when you view it online. We are not going to go sequentially through this textbook. This textbook kind of bounces around and it puts things together in an order that doesn't always flow well for the majority of people. So we are going to bounce around, pay attention to the syllabus and the syllabus schedule that tells us which section, which chapter we're covering, and how that syncs up with our lecture slides. If you are a person who loves a hard copy, you like to write all over your textbooks and you love to highlight, you can download a PDF version of the entire textbook or just download sections that maybe you know are more challenging. So Unit 3 on photosynthesis, aerobic cell respiration is one of our most challenging units. I wouldn't be surprised if you wanted to download the associated chapters and take extra notes from the textbook. Now I have a confession about this textbook. It is, it's very thin in some places and goes into weird details in others. So we're going to rely on the lecture slides very heavily. The textbook is almost supplementary. So I've got the tip to skim or lightly read the textbook, but note that I really, really want you to rely heavily on those lecture slides. Because the textbook is a little skinny, a little thin, lacking in some areas, our lecture slides are going to fill some of those main gaps. You can get a textbook from the bookstore. You can order it directly from the company. I leave it up to you. But please remember that the lecture slides are really going to be more important than our OpenStax Concepts of Biology textbook. Okay, so this has been a lot of information. Please jump into the course and start getting notes in your notebook. Please don't hesitate to come and see me. You can see down here that I have my office hours and where it's located in the JCSM. I do advise sending me an email before you come or want to come to office hours. Dropping in is fine, but this time of year especially, a lot of people are starting to come into my office hours. So a very good idea to first send an email, schedule an appointment, and make sure I've got that dedicated time. Don't hesitate to reach out at any point if you're struggling or you need any help or assistance. Email is the best way to get a hold of me. I generally respond within 24 to 48 hours. So again, welcome to the course. I hope everything goes great, and I can't wait to meet you in person at some point in the future, though most of our responses or most of our interaction will be electronic.